The Ember Blade. In a world where ancient weapons choose their wielders, power is never just a gift, it's a burden. Hidden beneath ordinary cities are secrets of warriors bound to elemental forces, fighting unseen battles to keep balance. Most people live their lives unaware, but some are chosen to stand at the edge of destiny. This is the story of Jim and Sarah, two souls brought together not by chance, but by a force that would test their strength, their trust, and their hearts. Jim lived a quiet life, keeping his head down and avoiding attention. At school, he was known as the invisible student. Meanwhile, Sarah was the complete opposite. Energetic, fearless, and always speaking her mind. Their worlds collided when Sarah was assigned to be Jim's partner for a class project. Though Jim tried to keep things strictly formal, Sarah's persistence slowly began to break through his walls. One evening, while walking home together, they were suddenly attacked by a monstrous creature made of shadows. In the heat of the moment, Jim instinctively reached out, and a blazing sword of fire appeared in his hand. With one powerful strike, he defeated the creature. Shocked and confused, Jim realized this power had been sleeping inside him all along. Sarah witnessed everything, but instead of running away, she stayed. She demanded answers, refusing to accept silence. Jim admitted he didn't understand his power either, only that it felt dangerous. Sarah made a decision then. If Jim was going to face this unknown world, he wouldn't face it alone. A mysterious mentor appeared, revealing the truth. Jim had been chosen by the Ember Blade, an ancient weapon tied to a forgotten war between elemental guardians and dark forces. Creatures like the one they fought were only the beginning. Worse, others were searching for the blade, and they wouldn't hesitate to destroy anyone in their way. Jim began training to control the Ember Blade, struggling to balance its immense power. Sarah insisted on training too, learning how to fight and support him despite having no powers. Through intense battles and close calls, their bond deepened. Jim started to rely on Sarah, not just as a partner, but as his anchor. An enemy commander attacked, far stronger than anything they had faced. During the fight, Sarah was injured protecting Jim. Overcome with fear and rage, Jim unleashed the full power of the Ember Blade, nearly losing himself in the flames. The enemy retreated, but Jim was left shaken, terrified of what he might become. Sarah recovered and confronted Jim, refusing to let him drown in guilt. She reminded him that his power didn't define him, his choices did. With renewed determination, Jim learned to control the Ember Blade without letting it control him. Together, they prepared for the final battle. In the final confrontation, Jim and Sarah faced the leader of the dark forces, a being who sought to consume the Ember Blade's power. This time, Jim fought with control and clarity, while Sarah stood beside him without fear. Combining their strength, they defeated the enemy and restored balance. As peace returned, Jim looked at Sarah and smiled. "I couldn't have done this without you." Sarah grinned. "Good, because you're not getting rid of me that easily." And so, their journey didn't end. It only began, with new adventures waiting beyond the horizon.